Kim Beasley, and I'm the host of Pamper My Business podcast, where you will learn tips, tools, and techniques that will give you the freedom to easily build your business brand online so that you can be seen and then sell to your target customers. I will be interviewing industry leaders and professionals who will share their knowledge and experience, which will help you brand your business online. Get ready to take notes and learn from Kim and her guests, because this is going to be a fun learning experience.
Hi, folks. This is jerrilynn-b-thomas here with Kim Beasley. I want to thank Kim for letting me be a part of her show,
which is Pamper My Business podcast.
Yes. Well, Kim and I have a great way that you can pamper your business this month, because September is Shameless Promotion Month. Think about it. It's a whole month where you can talk about your business. Just think. News editors, publishers of blogs, newsletters, all these folks are looking for stories, and you can supply them with it. Just send them a little promo, letting them know what you're doing and that, hey, it's a part of Shameless Promotion Month and that you would love to get exposure, but make sure that your promo is newsworthy. You can talk about your business, offer tips and everything, include your website and all that. But there's also other things that you can do online if you're not crazy about doing the offline route. But first of all, let's talk about why it's important to collaborate. Collaboration will expand your reach. I mean, right now, you may have a list of 100 people that you're reaching out to. Mm-hmm. Just think, if you partnered with 5 or more people who have a mailing list of, say, 100, 200, 300 more each, just think how many eyeballs you can get to see your information this month. Now, let's see. Before you reach out to them, you need to, bring something to the table to make it worthwhile. Just because you have a list of 100 people, that's nothing. You need to make it worth their while.
So one of the things I do when I collaborate, and this is expanding on what you're talking about, one of the things I like to do on LinkedIn is when I post something that I really want to get out, I will actually go to my list of connections and I'll reach out to people and I'll say, can you please reshare this post, like it, comment on it, whatever you want to do. And then in turn, I ask them, is there some way that I can support you? So that's me offering collaboration. I'm asking them to do something for me, but at the same time, I always ask, is there something you would like for me to do for you?
So do I.
That has helped me to build relationships on LinkedIn, just because I'm willing to support others as I'm asking them to support me. And that's just all about collaboration.
Yeah. Now, another thing that you could be doing right now with your mailing list, Kim, is, inviting folks on your mailing list to share your latest, what are you working on right now that you'd like to get out there?
Right. I would say if I was mailing to my mailing list, I would ask them to share about Grow Visibility's launch, the social media tool that I just launched, so that people can have an affordable way to manage their social media to 5 different networks.
Okay.
And not only manage, but also respond to messages that may come in from those networks.
Okay. Now, being that both of our favorite network is LinkedIn, I know you kind of like play around on Facebook, mainly LinkedIn, in exchange for them sharing that information on LinkedIn and in any other platform. You could offer them a one-line little listing in your next newsletter that basically has their name, their business, and links to their LinkedIn profile as thanks, so that they can get exposure. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't cost them anything. All's good. And it's a way to to show, hey, I have some cool people on my mailing list. People love to get spotlighted.
Oh, I agree. And one of the things that I've learned with collaboration, and I've learned a lot about collaboration from Jerrylynn, is that it never hurts to ask. People can just say yes or no. You're hoping for yes. It never hurts to ask to collaborate. When I first thought about asking Jerrylynn to collaborate on this podcast with me, I was expecting a yes. I expected her to say yes. I wasn't going to let her say anything but yes. Because we literally have phone calls like this, the way we're talking with each other for the podcast. No, it's like we can take these conversations and we can turn them into podcasts so that we can share the knowledge that we both have and collaborate and increase the knowledge of our listeners. And Jerrylynn, what was your answer?
It was yes.
And
I had no choice. I thought about it like, okay, I can make it work or else. I thought it'd be fun.
Share why you decided to collaborate. Why you felt this was a good collaboration for you.
Because you're always helping me with other stuff. I mean, with my websites, finding tools and everything. So I figured, you know what? It's just another way for us to talk and strategize. And that's what it is.
Yeah. So wherever you, if you have a friend and you two talk about topics similar to what Jerrylynn and I have found we do, switch it over to talking on a podcast and get a podcast going. It's just as simple as that. And you may ask, okay, where can we do this? Well, right now we're using a web meeting room. And we just jump in, we press the record button, and we start talking about our topic. And that's as simple as it. I mean, there are some other things you got to do, too, when it comes to the podcast. But that's basically what you have to do. Jerrylynn, what are some other ways that you can think of?
Videos. Well, you've gotten me into making videos for my women's business movement. And I figured that, you know what, since you're helping me do that, you were teaching me how to use the tool because I had no idea. You know, it was stretching me a little bit too thin there. Like I could put your ad. You could put an ad within my video. Yeah, you would do that, not me, because I wouldn't know how to do that, but you could insert your ad. So when people looked at my video, then they also see your ad. So it's like win-win.
I agree. And that's what it's all about when it comes to collaborating. You want it to be a win-win solution. You want it to be something that's beneficial for all those who are engaged in the collaboration. It doesn't just have to be one or two people. When you create a collaboration, you can have more than one or two people, just as long as the group of people choose to agree to collaborate equally. It has to be equally, because if you have one person doing all the work and the rest are just kind of sitting there, that's not a collaboration.
That's a job for the person that's organizing. Yeah, a non-paying job.
And one of the things that I love doing when it comes to collaboration, I love to see success in the project. And at the end, when all is said and done, I love seeing people enjoy the outcome of what we have done when we collaborated.
And another way that we're also doing it is I'm doing something for Small Business Saturday. You're doing something for Small Business Saturday. So you invited me to be a part of your thing. And I invited you to be part of mine. So it's like win-win. So we can both push our projects together.
Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah.
So with this all said and done about collaboration, one of the things as we close out, one of the things I want our listeners to remember is make sure that if you do choose to collaborate, that you have a list of expectations, a list of agreed things that each party will do, and that each party is willing to commit to what the expectations are. That's very important.
Oh, and a list of what you're each bringing to the table. Do a inventory of your groups that are online, offline, your mailing list, the podcast that you might do or that you're a guest on, whatever it is, just make a list of the different ways that you're already marketing online and offline and sync them up together.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, thank you so much for tuning in to Pamper My Business podcast with your host, Kim Beasley and
Jerrilynn-b-Thomas.
And have a great day. You have been listening to Pamper My Business podcast, and I am your host, Kim Beasley. Join the Pamper My Business community by visiting pampermybusiness.com, where you will find our free training along with our masterclass so that you can continue your learning journey about building your brand online.